Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Today we are going to bead Zuzi's LANTANA motif. It is a retro No One Has to Bead Alone design. But before we would start, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well. I see Rita checking in and she says, hello everyone. Hi Rita, so good to see you. And Sharon is here with us, Laura. Hello ladies. Linda is here. Hello ladies. So today it's time for a retro No One Has to Bead Alone session. It means that we are working with the colors and the components from the newest Beading School Academy theme box, the Desert Rose. But we are reaching back to an old design that we beaded together quite some time ago. This time it is Lantana designed by my friend Zuzi from the Dream of Siberia collection. And I think it's really nice to go back to these older designs because on one hand, beaders who beaded Lantana back then with me can compare if their taste, if their skills have changed, or is it consistent? And if you have joined us since that time, then it is time to shed the light on something that you might have not noticed before. So I would also like to say hi to everyone who joined in the meantime. And I see that Shelley says that all is working well on Facebook. Hello, everyone. So this is what you can see, the original variation of Lantana. And from the new Beading School Academy theme box, it can look like this. There are actually two colors of bugle beads alternating, three colors of size 15 seed beads, and also you have two different colors of 4mm Preciosa bicone beads. So yours, even if beaded from the Desert Rose box, it might look different because you choose a different color combination. But everything matches everything perfectly. So no matter what you choose from the box, it will be great. So I'm really looking forward to see this design also in the new colors. And to bring us in the mood of the Desert Rose, let's look at the little video to see the colors and the shapes. So this is actually the first design that we are beading from the Desert Rose box. And I'm also going to show you the QR code and the link in the comments to find the full list of jewels that we have ready for now, that me and my friends designers have beaded for the Desert Rose. collection. We also published an article on the blog that shows you how you can create so-called mini kits from your box for the jewels, for the upcoming jewels. So then you can see, you can make a plan, what kind of jewels would you like to create, maybe what kind of extra components do you need to add from your own stash or from the beading school bead shop. One of the jewels, the first signature jewel, will contain a rectangle shaped cabochon. It is Laura's first signature jewel. And actually today I have just received some pictures from Zuzi showing me another very cute design using the rectangles. In the box you have beautiful astral pink in gold colored setting, but there are now many different colors available because my colleagues from the beading school treasury have also added some more colors and also some smaller opal AB rectangle shaped glass cabochons. So if you would like to have some, then please follow the link. And what I want to say, that many of you have received during the past days emails from us regarding the shipping charge to the United States of America. And I would like to kindly ask you to get back on those emails. We still are waiting for some of your answers. And I know that because of the changes made by the government of the United States, there is now a change in the shipping charge. We take it upon ourselves to pay for the administration costs and also to pay for the 15% import tax. All what is left to you is the shipping charge, and in some cases you can even get discounted or fully free shipping charges. So this is a change, and we got in touch with our American beaders to find out how to proceed and to make up for the shipping charge that now we have as an extra. We prepared so-called abundance bags for our beaders who will have to pay extra for the shipping charges as a thank you for staying with us. You know, ladies, this is really, really important for us now. I know that together we will make it. You know, like preparing a beading school academy team, it spends sometimes even more than half a year. And we need to know very precise numbers to plan ahead well that how many boxes do we prepare. So it is very important for us now, when we already have the boxes in the treasury waiting for you, that if you can, please stay with us and let's make sure together that the beading school community will be here today, tomorrow, next year, and in 5 years, and as long as it's possible. So thank you so much, ladies. I do appreciate everyone who pledges their loyalty to beading school. But anyway, we are already, you can already download the PDF tutorial for Lantana from no1has2beadalone.com. As always, you have two options. There is an option to download the tutorial for 3 days starting now from the workshop as a gift from me and beading school. And you also have the option to purchase it through the bead shop. After 3 days, the bead shop version will stay, and the gift option is available for 3 days, starting always 1 hour before the workshop. And thank you so much, Antoinette, for your lovely comment, and everyone who pledged to stay with us. And now let's see what kind of components do you need for the Lantana earrings. So for one motif, you need a single piece of Preciosa Chaton Rose. And I just discovered that I accidentally put here a chaton, so I needed to grab my chaton roses. So you need a single piece as the focal of the lantana motif. You need 4mm round pearls. You need 4mm bicon beads, 3mm bicon beads, Miyuki slender bugles, and then from the seed beads you need size 11 and size 15 Miyuki round seed beads and size 11 Miyuki delicas. So lovely ladies, do you have any questions about shipping, about the material list, about the motif itself? And if you have any other questions, then please take a note of them and let's return to them at the end of the broadcast. And during beading, I kindly invite you to focus on the beading part. So thank you so much, lovely ladies. Keep the questions coming about the material list. The designer of today's beautiful motif is Zuzi, and you can find many tutorials from her in Beadingschool's designer zone, 113 to be precise at the moment. And yeah, Zuzi is famous, I would say, for her interesting thread paths, so there is always a lot to learn from her. She also provided us for some inspiration within the tutorial and ideas how you can use these motifs. So besides the earrings, you can also create, and by the way, you can create small earrings, big earrings, the combination of the two elements. You can create a bracelet, you can create a statement necklace, a little pendant, you can create a brooch, a hair clip. So there are really lots of possibilities. And Zuzi included these ideas at the end of the PDF tutorial. And thank you, Molly, and everyone. So if you don't have questions, then let's start beading. I will show you the video one more time and I will use the time to switch to my hand camera. So just a moment, ladies, and I will be back with you. And afterwards, please let me know if you can hear me and see me well. So now you should be able to see my illustrations and my bead mat. Sherry is asking if this was an original from the Dolce Vita. This is from the Dream of Sibylla, actually, dear Sherry. Lita says she originally made a bracelet. And Kimberly is picking up her box from FedEx today. And Lutka says she made a pendant back then. And Jenny says that she can hear me and see me. So then let's start beading, dear ladies. We will start by picking up 4 pieces of size 11 seed beads and 4 pieces of slender Miyuki bugle beads. We will start with the round 11 seed beads and then we pick up the beads while alternating between them. So always one size 11 and always one Miyuki slender bugle until we have the 4 size 11s and the 4 slender bugles on the thread. I'm at 3, and now I'm picking up the 4th. So this is what I have for now. And then I bead through all of them one more time to join them into a little square. And then I finish by beading through the very first size 11 one more time. So this is how it looks like at the moment. I have a square where the sides are the milky slender bugles, the corners are the size 11 seed beads, and my thread, the working end and the tail thread are hanging from the same bead in opposite directions. In step 2, I am adding milky delica beads, always with 2 square stitches, attaching the milky delica beads to the size 11 round seed beads. So exiting the round, I pick up a delica, I bead through the round one more time. I repeat the thread pass through the delica and the round seed bead, and then I bead through the slender bugle and the next round 11 to get in position for the next delica bead. So again, I attach it tightly with 2 tiny square stitches, and then I get in position for the next one. So this was the third delica bead. And I am adding the 4th one now. So on every corner, I also have now a delica bead. This will be part of the bezel. So ladies, do you have any questions at the moment? Cindy says, my box is on the way today from FedEx. Thank you, ladies. It will be a few days. I'm so excited. I'm glad that it's on its way now. And now we can add size 15 seed beads in between the milky delicas to create the bezel. I'm curious that what kind of colors do you ladies use today? Because some of you have already received the new Desert Rose colors. Are you going with the Desert Rose colors, or did you create your own color combinations today? So I'm turning to the opposite direction by beading through a delica bead. This is actually the first one that I have added at the beginning of this step. And then I pick up 4 pieces of the size 15s. And I bead through the next delica. When I pull them, then they turn towards the middle of the motif. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, I pick up 4 pieces and I bead through the next delica bead. And again, I pick up 4. And I bead through the next delica bead. And I finish by picking up the last fourth group of round 15s, and I bead through the delica and also the first group that I have added. So now I kind of have like a smaller square within the square, and I can check what's happening in the next step. So in the next step, I will connect to each other the four groups of size 15 seed beads while skipping the delicas on the corners. So this will pull together the four groups and make the bezel secure. After I have connected all the four groups, I also bead through the next delica and turn back to the original direction by beading through around 11 seed bead on the corner. So this is how it looks like at the moment. You should have nice, neat lines created from the size 15s. And this is actually going to be the top of the motif. So I keep it this way, and I insert the 7mm Preciosa Chaton Rose. Sorry, I will pop this on the other side, and that's how I will put in the chaton, and that means that I can bead in the same direction as on the picture. So this is going to be the top. I'm turning my motif to the bottom, and I'm starting step 5 already from a size 11 round seed bead. How is it going, dear ladies? Please let me know. So now it's time to add some more Miyuki Delica beads to this size 11 round seed beads, and I'm going to do it in the same way as before, so always with 2 tiny square stitches attaching the Delica to the round 11, and then beading through a bugle and the next round 11 to get in position again. And I repeat this over and over until I have 4 Delica beads. Angelina says in the meanwhile, love bezeling with bugles. I also enjoy it a lot because, in my opinion, the bugles give such an elegant look to the designs. Molly says that for her it's going well. I would say for me it's also going well, dear Molly. I'm adding the third Delica bead. And then the fourth one. What do you think about the color of these Delica beads, by the way? I find them so nice and warm as the perfect match, not only for a desert rose, but also for an autumn colored jewel. For sure, this is becoming one of my regulars. It's called the Metallic Dark Copper Gold Iris, and it's number 1002 from Miyuki. And I finished this step by beading through a round 11 seed bead. And now it's time to close the bezel on the back. To do that, I will bead through a delica bead, and then I pick up size 15, size 11, size 15 Miyuki round seed bead, and then I bead through the next delica bead. I repeat this 3 more times to connect the 4 delica beads with 4 groups of size 15, size 11, and size 15. I'm adding now the 4th group, size 15, size 11, size 15, and then I will repeat the whole thread path to make the back of the bezel stronger. So I have beaded already with 1 go through the first group that I have added, then the second group, then the 3rd group, and then eventually the 4th group. After repeating the whole thread path, I also bead through delica, size 15, size 11. So I want to finish step 6 by exiting a size 11 seed bead. This is how the back of the bezel looks like. And Cindy says, I love metallic gold iris, one of my favorite colors too. For some reason, I haven't used this yet, but I'm very, very happy that I have discovered it. To make the bezel, the back of the bezel super secure, I'm now adding size 11 seed beads between the size 11 seed beads. And this will close the back of the bezel properly. After adding the 4 new pieces of size 11 Miyuki seed beads, I will join the 4 new seed beads to each other, only beading through the 4 new seed beads. And this is what creates a really safe, neat bezel designed by Zuzi. How do you like it, ladies? Lita says, there is something so very gentle about this bezel, very careful and deliberate in its stitching. I love it. I'm happy that it feels good later to bead this beautiful jewel. I also enjoy it a lot. Now, in the next step, all we need to do is to get to the outside, the size 11 on the outside edge, sitting in between bugle beads. To do that, I will just continue through a size 11, size 15, Delica, and size 11. So this is how the motif looks like at the moment. And now we are going to make it bigger, a lot bigger, by adding 4mm pearls, delicas, and size 11 seed beads. So exiting a size 11 round Milky on the corner, I pick up a delica bead, a pearl, a size 11 round seed bead, another pearl, and another delica. So this is how the sequence looks like. Delica, pearl, round 11, pearl, delica. And then I bead through the next round 11, sitting between the bugle beads. And Catherine says, Lantana is one of my favorite Zuzi designs. It is actually, dear Catherine, one of the most popular ones on YouTube. I'm sure you are one of them who also added to the popularity of this beautiful tutorial from Zuzi. I repeat the same all around, so it's delica, pearl, round 11, pearl, delica, and then I bead through the next round 11 on the corner. And then 2 more of the same sequences. Delica, pearl, round 11, pearl, delica, and beading through the next round 11 on the corner, and then the 4th, delica, pearl, round 11, pearl, and delica. I finish by beading through the round 11 I started from, carefully not to break the bead, and then I start repeating the thread path by beading through delica, pearl, round 11, and pearl. Not the delica bead at the end of the sequence. So this is how it should look like once you are done with step 9. Super cute, isn't it? And Yasin says, I'm in love with the color of the size 11 rounds. So sparkly. I also like it a lot, dear Yasin. And now, let's see what's happening in step 10. I'm picking up 4mm bicone bead to start with. I skip this part with the seed beads, and from the pearl, I bead directly into the pearl, while picking up that 4mm bicon in between. Now I pick up Delica, size 15, and Delica. I skip the size 11 and I bead through the pearl. I pick up a bicon bead and I bead through the next pearl. Here, when I've reached the part with the size 11, I pick up Delica, size 15, Delica. I skip the size 11 and I bead through the pearl. And then again, into this big gap, I add a preciosa bicon bead. And Molly says, I would love this as a bracelet design as well. And dear Molly, Lita actually said that she beaded a lantana in the past as a bracelet. So indeed, it does work as a bracelet. So always I'm feeling, from the beads that are already in the motif, I add only, I bead only through the pearls, and into the big gaps I'm adding the 4mm preciosa bicon beads, and into the small gaps I'm adding the groups of Delica round 15 Delica. And I finish this step by beading through pearl, bicon pearl, and also through Delica, size 15 Delica. So this is how it looks like. And now I'm going to add lots of seed beads on this in this next step. To start with, I pick up 4 pieces of size 15 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bead through the next 4mm bicon bead. Now I pick up 5 pieces of size 15 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I bead through the bicon again. Gently, because I don't want to pull the thread in such a way that I would tear it on the edge of the bicon. Now I again pick up 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I bead through Delica, size 15, and Delica. And this is how I will progress all around the motif. So I repeat this whole part 3 more times. I pick up 4 pieces of size 15s. I bead through the bicon. I pick up 5 pieces of size 15s. And then I bead through the bicon one more time. And then 4 pieces of size 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I bead through the Delica size 15 Delica part. Bernadette is asking which box this pattern originally belonged to. To the Dream of Sibylla, dear Bernadette. And now again, I pick up 4 pieces of the size 15s. I bead through the precioso bicon. I pick up 5 pieces of 5 size 15s. I bead through the bicon one more time. Then 4 more size 15s. 1, 2, 3 more. I bead through the seed beads on the corner. After the seed beads again, 4 size 15s. Then into the bicon bead. Five pieces of size 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Through the bicon bead one more time. And I finish this off by picking up a group of 4 size 15s and beading through delicate size 15 delicate. So this is how it looks like at the moment, a seed bead edge, but we are not stopping there. We will be adding now some 3mm bicon beads and 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 size 11s. So starting from that 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊, I bead through all the seed beads. Group of 4. But now when I reach the group of 5, then I bead through the first 2. I skip the one in the middle. I bead through the last 2 size 15s to make this pointy here, such a nice shape. And then I bead through a group of 4. I pick up here 3mm bicon, delicate 3mm bicon, and then I bead through a group of 4. I bead through 2 𝐂𝐋 round seed beads size 15. I skip the one in the middle and I bead through the last 2. I bead through a group of 4. And now instead of beading through delicate size 15 delicate, again I pick up a group of 3mm bicon, delicate 3mm bicon. I bead through a group of 4. Oh, and in the meantime, Lita says, I just took a look at my bracelet from the original Dream of Sibylla box. It wasn't my best work, but by a mile, I think I will remake it. Oh, dear Lita, like, that's actually so nice that you looked back. And sometimes this moment of acknowledging how much better we have become, it is obvious once we truly like look back at something that has happened a long time ago in life or on our bead mats. Because when we take small steps every day, then those small steps do not feel as significant as it feels when we truly compare something that has happened a long time ago and now. So it is super nice that you did that, Lita, and you can be so proud of yourself that you see such a tremendous progress in your beading skill. You totally are rocking all the Beading School Academy challenges. You always create something surprising, something super creative. And this is the result of all those tiny steps that you took along the years. And now I have reached the point with the last group where I need to add 3mm bicone, delicate 3mm bicone, and then I bead until this time I want to exit the seed bead that I skipped before. So this is the middle bead of the group of 5 over a 4mm bicone bead. So this is how it looks like at the moment, and I'm loving the colors. Now I will add milky slender bugle beads and some size 15s. So exiting that middle bead, I pick up a bugle. By the way, I like the motif as it is also. If I wanted to keep it smaller, then I would just repeat the thread path by skipping the delicates between the bicones. So that is a variation that you can make. So I pick up a bugle, I bead through a bicone, I pick up 3 round 15s. This is also the time that if you would want to use a different accenting color of the size 15s, then it would look great in my opinion. But anyway, I'm sticking to that original color and I bead through the next bicone. I pick up a bugle and I bead through that middle bead over the 4mm bicone. Then again, I pick up a slender bugle and I bead through the bicone bead. And Angelina, about your question, can you please send this to info@beadingschool.com? That is truly the best place that you can reach the team, where they can make the necessary changes regarding your shipping address, because understandably I can't leave now the video, and I would like to make sure that the message reaches the treasury. So this is like truly important, Angelina, that please send an email to info@beadingschool.com. There you can actually reach my colleagues who are responsible for the shipping, and I can still focus on beading here with you. Thank you so much for doing that. You can you can type it in the subject field that it's urgent, and then Melinda will see it right away when she comes back to work tomorrow in the morning. And Sherry says, Lita is super creative. I love her fabulous pieces she designs and the way she takes components the unicorns have created and puts them together to make something extraordinary. Indeed, dear Sherry, so well said. So I keep adding the bugle beads. And I keep adding the groups of 3 round 15s. And it is time to add my last bugle bead. And I finish by beading through a size 15 seed bead over a bicone bead, and I'm truly in love with the motif at this moment. And let's see, what else do we have here? One more step. So this time we start by beading through a bugle, a 3mm Preciosa bicon, and 2 out of the group of 3 round 15s, while skipping the one in the middle. Afterwards, I bead through a 3mm bicon and a bugle bead. Here, I pick up a 𝐂𝐋𝐈𝐂𝐊 that fits exactly into this tiny gap, and I attach it with a tiny square stitch to the size 15 that is in the middle over a 4mm bicon. And then I can continue through a slender bugle. I bead through the delicate bead one more time, and then I continue through the bugle Preciosa and 2 of the size 15s. And lovely ladies, since this is the last step of the tutorial, then I kindly ask you that if you have any questions about the motif, about anything else, then please let me know, and I would love to answer your questions right away. I would also like to mention that earlier this week we happened to restock the 8mm Preciosa chatons that you need for many different designs. It is one of the basic beading blocks of our beadings, the chatons. So if you would like to restash, then this is the perfect time to do that. And Angelina says, it was Beadingschool that introduced me to the slender bugles. They are now my absolute favorite bugles to work with. Angelina, definitely my absolute favorite bugles too. And Kimberly says, wow, that looks like pieces of candy with chocolate bites mixed with it. Love it. I also like it a lot how it came out, dear Kimberly. And I would like to attach it to a brooch base or a ring base, a solitary piece for sure. And Linda says, such a beautiful design. Thank you, Erika and Zuzi. Our pleasure, dear Linda. And now I am adding the last delica. And Catherine says, so much more elegant than regular bugles. Indeed. Indeed, that tiny difference in the width, it really makes a difference. So this is how my motif came out. And yeah, Kimberly is very right that it came out so sweet. Lita also says it looks like a very sweet confection. So lovely ladies, when you made your jewels, or if you want to show your work in progress pieces, then the Beadingschool Club is waiting for you. It is our online home for all Beadingschool beaders, and I can't wait to see your variations. Next week, I am looking forward to meeting you for a coffee time with Erika on Tuesday. And also, no one has to bead alone, of course. And this time, the no one has to bead alone lesson will be Let's see. Gypsum Petals by Vicky. So next week we are beading a Vicky design. So also please, ladies, don't forget to check out the new In the Bead Shop page. There are many beautiful rectangle-shaped cabochons waiting for you. And this original size, the moon face rectangle, is the one that you need to use if you would like to enter the talent competition in the Beadingschool Academy. Lovely ladies, do you have any questions left? If not, then I would like to thank you for your kind attention today. I would like to thank you for your trust with your sparkly bead orders. And please take good care of yourselves and your loved ones. Keep the beautiful jewels coming in the club and keep inspiring each other with your creativity and your kindness. Have a beautiful rest of the week, dear ladies. Bye bye.